Right guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back at Friendly Fire in Stanley, and this is today's table, playing off against Steve's Grey Knight list. We are playing the Cleanse and Control mission number 1. We've got 6 objectives. Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, number 5 is there, and number 6 is under here. It's going to be dawn of war deployments, 12 inches from each of the long sides, and we'll now take you through the armies. Right, so this is the Dark Eldar force today taking on Steve's Grey Knights. We have, as the Warlord, we have a Succubus. She has an Archite Glaive, Haywire Grenades, and the Animus Vitae. She will be joining. We've got 4 Incubi and a Clavex. They also have a dedicated transport of a Raider with Night Shields. We've also got Urian Rakarth there as well. He'll also be attaching to that unit. For troops, we're going to have 2 squads of 10 warriors. Each squad has a splinter cannon in, each riding in a Raider with Night Shields and Splinter Axe. For fast attack, we've got a unit of 5 Scourge with 4 Heat Lancers. Fast attack over here, we've got 3 units of 3 Reaver Jet bikes. Each squad of 3 has a cluster Caltrot, which will be represented by the ones with the skulls on the back. Another fast attack choice, we've got a standard Razor Wing with 2 of the Strength 6 Shred missiles and 2 of the Fleshbane missiles. We've also got a Void Raven bomber, totally standard, no upgrades at all. We've also got the Forge World Reaper. That's been upgraded with Night Shields. We've got a Ravager with 3 Dark Lancers and Night Shields as well. And here we have the Scalpel Squadron from the Homunculus Coven's book. The racks inside, each squad of them has a single Ossifactor in there as well. The Warlord trait for the Succubus is Labyrinthine Cunning, and I had a few points left over, so we've got a squad of 5 Mandrakes. Combat drugs for the Reavers are Grav Lotus, which is +1 strength. So we'll now take you through Steve's Grey Knights. Right, so these are Steve's Grey Knights, absolutely beautifully painted. Steve, do you want to talk us through your army?
Right, that's 10 Grey Knight Terminators with 2 side cannons, 1 hammer. No, that one's got 2 hammers and 4 halberds. They have Hammer Hand and Sanctuary.
Nice.
It's a Storm Raven with twin las, twin melter, multi-melter and all the missiles.
Lovely, and we've got some nice converted Dread Knights here.
Right, that one has the Gatling Silencer, the Heavy Side Cannon, the Demon Hammer, and a personal teleporter.
Yep.
And the Interceptors have 1 Demon Hammer, 1 Incinerator. That's level 3 Librarian. He has Start and Psychic Powers, Perfect Timing, Misfortune, and Scry's Gaze.
No problem. And the Warlord trait give you Stealth Ruins, didn't it?
Yes, Conquer of Cities.
Lovely.
That's another unit of 10 Terminators with 2 Demon Hammer. No, that one's got 1 Demon Hammer, 9 Halberds and 2 side cannons.
Lovely. And a second Dread Knight.
That's got a personal teleporter, a heavy incinerator, and a heavy side cannon.
Lovely. And we have some Inquisition.
They're led by Inquisitor Courtiers, and he got Psychic Powers, Forewarning, and Perfect Timing.
Yep.
And they have 3 Acolytes with plasma guns.
Yep.
3 Acolytes with bolt guns.
Yep.
3 Servitors, one's got a plasma cannon, 2 got heavy boulders.
Yep.
A Psyker, who got Hallucination.
Yep.
And 2 Weaponsmiths.
No problem. And your guns have +12 inch to the range, don't they?
Yes.
No problem. So we'll now see who deploys first. Alright, so welcome back after deployment. Steve has put a group of Terminators here with a Dread Knight. He's got another group of Terminators, and are they not Purifiers?
Interceptors.
Interceptors and Courtiers and his retinue in the ruins on this side. Another squad of Terminators with the Librarian here, and the other squad with the Dread Knight at this side. The Storm Raven is in reserve. My counter deployment 3 Reavers here in cover. The Raider with the Incubi in here, along with the 3 Reavers here. I've also kept the Ravager and the Reaper, looking to hopefully get some shots in. The last squad of Reavers down here, and the Mandrakes have infiltrated here. So in reserve I've got the Scalper Squadron, Scourge, and 2 Poison Boats, as well as both Flyers. So I do get to seize the initiative, I get to re-roll, but if I successfully do it turn 1, the first roll, Courtiers allows me to re-roll, so, forces me to re-roll. So I don't get it, but I get to re-roll due to Labyrinthine Cunning, and we don't get it. Before we move on to turn 1 though, we have an interesting query. Dark Eldar's night vision allows them to ignore the effects of night fighting, which is stealth. However, Steve's warlord trait is stealth ruins. So does night fighting ignore the stealth ruins effect or not? We're going to play it as no, but if the stealth is granted due to being in the open, for example, like these Terminators here, night vision would obviously cancel that stealth out, but these guys would still have stealth ruins. So we'll move on to Grey Knights, turn 1. Right, so Steve's cards are Supremacy, Secure Objective 6, and No Witness, which is kill an independent character. So these Terminators are pulled forward. These guys unfortunately got a 1-inch move through cover with 3 dice, but they are on Objective 5. The Dread Knight here has shunted, looking to probably take out the Mandrakes for First Blood. The Interceptors have shunted onto Objective 6 as well. Over this side, the Librarian squad has moved forward to secure Objective 2. These guys just moving forward slightly, and the Dread Knight is coming round this side as well, probably looking to target the Reavers there. So it's going to be brutal, but we're now moving on to Steve's Psychic Phase. Right, Steve's Psychic Phase, he rolled a 1, so I only had 1 dice to deny. This Dread Knight went for Sanctuary, and tried to stop it but failed, so he's got Sanctuary. Inquisitor Courtiers tried to cast Prescience on the Servitors and the Retinue in there, and unfortunately failed on 4 dice. The Librarian here cast Prescience and Perfect Timing on his squad, and the Dread Knight over here also got Sanctuary off as well. So it's going to be brutal. Let's see what he does in the shooting phase. Right, so in the shooting phase, these guys managed to get the Flamer through the window and take out one of the Reavers. The Dread Knight here shot the heavy side cannon at the side armour of the Reaper, and unfortunately a pen and a glance went through, and as a result of the pen being open topped, he is now stunned. Lost this Raider unfortunately. The perfect timed prescienced side cannon there managed to get 3 glances on this and ignored cover, so that's not something I was counting on. The Terminators there have ran. Courtiers' unit has also ran forward, as have those, and these guys, and the Dread Knight. So Steve does hold Objective 2. He has Objective 4, 5, and 6, so he scores Supremacy. He's already rolled for it, and he rolled a 1. He's got First Blood and Secure Objective 6. So at the end of Grey Knight's turn 1, the score is 3-0. Right, so I've drew Death by 1,000 Cuts, Secure Objective 5, and Secure Objective 4. Right, so the Scalper Squadron has arrived. This guy landed here, got a direct hit, looking to hopefully take out some Terminators there. Tried to land the other one right next to it. Unfortunately, it scattered back a full 12 inches to here. He did, however, pass a dangerous terrain test. The 2 Bikers here pulled forward, as well as the 3 that were under here. The Succubus and Urian and the Incubi are pushed into the ruins, just biding their time for the moment. The Reaper has to stay still, and the Ravager has pulled sideways, looking to get some shots at this Dread Knight over here. The Bikers on this side have moved forward, just grabbing Objective 3 for the minute. probably going to try and flat out over there sometime. So we'll now move on to shooting. Right, so in the shooting phase, this Venom unloaded everything into the Dread Knight, and he only lost 2 wounds altogether with the combined fire from the Ravager as well. This Venom here unloaded the Ossifactor and all of its splinter cannon shots, and none of the Terminators went down. The guys that were here totally forgot to flat out with them, and I think I made some bad decisions charging the Reavers at the Dread Knight. I only got 1 Strength 6 Rend against them. I rolled very poorly for the Hammer of Wraths, and I've hit and ran the last guy that was out as the hammer smushed 2 of them into the ground, and the other 2 went 15 inches that way. And again, I think that's a bad decision. The Terminator's probably going to take them out. So, I don't score any points. I'm going to discard Secure Objective 5. Right, so Steve has drew Secure Objective 6 again, Secure Objective 2, and he's still got no witness. These Terminators, still Secure Objective 2, just pull forward slightly. These guys moving through the ruins as well, and the Dread Knight probably looking to take the bikers that are left in the open. Meanwhile this way, these Terminators looking to probably take out the Venom here, and these guys don't want to move at all, so they're still on Objective 5, probably going to take the Reaver. I lost one of the Reavers to Soul Blaze, and the Interceptors have moved through cover. Those 2 guys are actually underneath on there. Just enough on my shooting phase last turn as well. Steve lost 1 Interceptor to fire from the Mandrakes. The Storm Ravens also came on, so he's going to be getting a shot in on the Ravager. So we'll now move on to the Psychic and shooting phase. Alright, so in Steve's unstoppable Psychic phase, he's got 1,000,000 dice. He managed to get perfect timing and prescience on these guys. Courtiers' retinue have perfect timing, and this Dread Knight has Sanctuary. He also tried to cast it on this Dread Knight, but unfortunately didn't get it off. So let's move on to the shooting phase and see what damage all of these guys over here can do. Right, so the shooting phase has been brutal. This guy used the Torrent Flamer, and these guys unloaded into the Reavers down here, and yeah, they're gone. Over this side, the Dread Knight and the Storm Raven unloaded into the Ravager, and he still has 2 hope points left, but he's now jinking. The Reaver that was here was brought down by these. The Terminators at this side managed to bring down the the Venom, sorry. And Courtiers' unit could get a line of fire in through the ruins and almost took out the Venom. As a result, the incinerator that was there took the Venom out and killed 4 of the racks that were inside, and the Ossifactor survived. He is fearless though. Right, so it was the actual Terminators there that took out the Reaver jet bike that was here, and those guys took out 2 of the racks. So that's it for the shooting phase. We'll see if Steve wants to make any assaults. Right, so in the assault phase, these Terminators charged at the racks. The racks got a single wound in, and Steve passed his armor save. These guys though smushed them to bits and consolidated 5 inches onto Objective 4. Meanwhile, the Interceptors here charged at the lonely rack that was left over and smushed him as well, and they consolidated back to score Steve Objective 6. And the Dread Knight needed an 11-inch charge to make it to the Ravager, and he made it. So yeah, the Ravager got smashed to bits as well. So it does score Steve Secure Objective 2 here, and Secure Objective 6. So yeah, that's Steve on 5 points to my 0. Right, Dark Eldar turn. We have Death by 1,000 Cuts, Secure Objective 4, and I've drawn another Secure Objective 4. We rolled for the reserves. The only thing that didn't come on was the Void Raven, despite getting rerolls. The Scourge have came on and scattered slightly from here, straight there, so we're hoping we can either take out some Terminators or the Dread Knight. The Razor Wing is also looking to get a line in on those Terminators. This raider tried to deep strike in the middle of the board and did scatter slightly, so I'm looking to hopefully take out the Dread Knight, these guys, or these guys. Meanwhile, I mishapped with the other raider and Steve chose to place it there, and because they were within 12 inches of courtiers, he got to shoot at it, and as you can see, blew the raider up as he still got perfect timing and killed 3 of the warriors inside. So I haven't even done my movement and already I'm taking casualties. So we'll now move on to movement. Right, so we've just done the entire turn for Dark Eldar. 24 poison shots at this Dread Knight, and despite getting 23 hits, I only wounded 3 times. And Steve passed all of his saves. The Disintegrator Cannon managed to get a wound as well, and he passed his invuln. These guys here rapid fired at courtiers a squad, and he only lost 1. He did lose a few in the explosion as well. Meanwhile, over here, the Razor Wing dropped 2 of the Fleshbane missiles, and the Disintegrator Cannons managed to take out the Terminators. Heat Lancers from the Scourge managed to take the final 2 hull points off the Dread Knight. I was looking to use the Animus Vitae from the Succubus, but unfortunately didn't get a chance. The Reaper decided to shoot the large blast template down at the Interceptors. I only managed to get 1 wound, and Steve passed his 3 up cover. The Reaver that was there had moved down here, and unfortunately he's now dead due to Soul Blaze, which stops me getting 2 points for secure objective 2. So at the end of turn 2, I still don't have any points. So it looks as though Steve's running away with the game. We'll now move on to Grey Knight's turn 3. Right, so Steve has drew secure objective 4. He's got overwhelming firepower and no witness. He's going to go for the Warlord this turn. Just to know for my last turn as well, I do get death by 1,000 cuts because I killed something in the shooting phase, and I've discarded 1 of objective 4. So movement, Terminators have moved forward, probably going to smash those Cabalites to bits or get some nice fire in down on the Warlord. The Terminators and the Dread Knight here have pulled this way, probably looking to take out the Raider that's there. The Storm Raven is going for the Reaper. Down this side, the Interceptors probably looking to take out the Scourge. So we'll see what damage Steve's going to do in the Psychic phase. Right, so Steve's Psychic and shooting phase has been pretty brutal. These guys here managed to take out 4 of the Scourge with the Incinerator, and Stormbolt has took the last one down. The Terminators here shot up at the Razor Wing, caused a jink but didn't get any hits. Meanwhile, the perfect timed Prescient, not perfect time. Yeah, the Prescient Inquisitor Courtiers unloaded everything down here and left Yuri and Rakarth and a single Incubi left. The Storm Raven unloaded everything except the Multi-Melter and brought the Incubi and Urian down despite a 4-bin run and a 5 will feel no pain. The Multi-Melter shot down at the Reaper and caused it to jink, but I passed the jink save. Over here, the Terminators with the side cannons and the Bolters managed to take out 6 of the Cavalite Warriors, so they're left, but they need a leadership check. And over here, the Terminators and the Dread Knight stripped the Raider down to 2 hull points, and the Heavy Incinerator managed to burn 9 of the crew members, so there's 1 warrior left in there. So a leadership check for those warriors. Do they run? Nope, they're going to stay there and get smashed by halberds. So we'll now move on to the assault phase. Right, so in the assault phase, as expected, Steve smushed the 2 warriors there, and the Dread Knight smashed apart the Raider. I've decided I'm going to call the game there. I've got that 1 warrior, the Reaper, and the Razor Wing left on the board. Yeah, Grey Knights are tough. I barely did any damage, but I think the biggest thing that changed it was Inquisitor Courtiers getting plus 12 inches to his retinue's range on all of the guns, and with perfect timing and prescience just taking away everything that the Dark Eldar rely upon. So it's been an interesting game. I've certainly underestimated the Grey Knights, and hopefully I'll be back to play against Steve very soon. But Steve, thanks for an awesome game.